everybody, Goosebumps for Dummies here, back at it again with another video, and today I'm going to be talking about the Goosebumps Haunted Ink activity book. Now this just came out 2 days ago, and is the newest Goosebumps book-related release, and it's pretty interesting because this is the first book of its kind to come with an item. Yeah, and it's pretty interesting how this works because you have to use the lights to write and see ink that isn't there. Pretty cool, so let's dive in. And now for the blurb. Reveal your biggest fear. Enter the invisible world of Goosebumps, where everything is not as it seems. Explore hidden messages with a UV light, and use the invisible ink pen to write, doodle, and problem solve your way out of this book. Many have tried, but not everyone survives. Includes one UV ink pen, and that's it. Reveal hints and haunts when you flash the light. And it's a very weirdly formatted blurb. I don't know what to say about that. Could just be the top part without the includes. I mean, it's obvious. But yeah, it's pretty good. I have one negative on it, which does take away, but overall, it's no masterpiece no matter what. But it's definitely something I recommend grabbing just because it's pretty cool looking. The book has a lot of entertainment value to be garnered, and I kind of gravitated some things here because I'm a sucker for word searches and crossword puzzles. There were also things like Mad Libs, and there was even a scavenger hunt bit that read like a GYG, which we'll talk about a bit more in a second. Yeah, entertainment value, pretty through the roof, and I think there's a lot of stuff to be really liked here, especially if you are a enjoyer of activity books, or a common enjoyer. I'm not particularly, but I still like this stuff. Pretty cool in that regard. There's also some aesthetically pleasing stuff in this book, such as all of Jacobus art. It's really cool to see how much Jacobus art is used in this book. Like, there's some pages with just a few, or a little, like that. There's some with a bit more. Like, there's one that has both Mosswood 4 and Return of the Mummy. Random art pieces, but it's really cool. And I wish there were more artists thrown in here. I don't know if they had, to get the permission, but I'm sure they didn't have to. Scholastic owns this shit. But it was still pretty cool to see Jacobus' art get used like this. Kind of looks like one big thumbnail going for this book. Kind of looks like mine. And it's pretty fun just to see it be recognized, especially by a book obviously made by fans. Now for the niche references in this book. Yeah, there's some very strange references in here, but I thought were really cool to see. There were some names in the crossword puzzle amongst some very more popular names, like I believe Carly and Billy from their respective books, unless Billy is one of the two Billys, Billy Deeb or Billy from Camp Nightmare. Either way, there's some niche references to protagonist names in the word search puzzle, like Dana from Egg Monsters and Alex from Werewolf Skin. So it's like, whoa, okay, this is definitely made by fans, and I appreciate books and media that are. If you guys don't know it by now, I really love Goosebumps the game, partially because it clearly had heart and soul put into it by actual fans, and not people who just saw the movies. That was pretty cool to see here, just those little niche references. There's even a lot of, not a lot, but there's a huge reference in the intro to My Best Friend is Invisible. Yeah. And they blatantly call it out. It's not even just a reference, it's a blatant tie-in to this book, that this is kind of related to My Best Friend is Invisible. Very weird, but cool choice. And they literally call out the Horrorland Park. I mean, it's obviously a big setting, but I mean the Horrorland Park within the Horrorland series back here. Yeah, they reference places such as Werewolf Village, Zombie Plaza, Stagger Inn, and among others. And it's really cool to see that in the scavenger hunt. Now getting to that, the scavenger hunt. It was a mix of GYG and its own original spin. It was really cool to see, and it really was something, the highlight of the book, and something very different from what you'd expect going in here. It was pretty cool. And generally, it was just really cool to get a Goosebumps book like this, with this whole idea behind it. I thought it was pretty cool, and the actual glowing ink stuff in here was pretty cool to see, even if it was mostly used for helping you solve puzzles. To put it simply and be inoffensive about it, this book just feels like it's for 4 to 7 year olds when it's supposed to be, since it's a Goosebumps thing and it says on the back it's 8+, 7 to 12 year olds. Yeah, this doesn't feel like it's for the right age group. And I know I'm 15, so I'm already outside of it entirely, But, you know, I can still read it through the lens of a, you know, person for the demographic. This was not the right demographic, I feel. It just feels like this was something kiddish, or maybe it's just something the brand is known for in style. I'm not sure. But either way, it just didn't quite fit the vibe, I feel. Overall, 7.5 out of 10. It's no masterpiece and wouldn't have been one either way, with or without my issue, but it's overall still a pretty good read that I genuinely do recommend if you're heavily into this stuff and you don't mind whatever demographic it feels like it's targeted for. And it has some fun things no matter what, like the Mad Libs bit, that's pretty fun, especially if you do it with your friends. And there's also some pretty decent bits like the Horrorland GYG thing, and the crossword and the word search. Yeah, I recommend it enough. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Tell me what you think about this one down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.